2 L underscore. Okay, I'll stop it with the Twitch memes. It's time to talk about the big news this week. The article concerning Overwatch 2. So, I have very strong feelings about this, like massive feelings. But let's go back to the article. So the article was on Kotaku, and it was from Jason Schreider. I don't know whether I'm saying that right, but it's a very reputable source. He has been right on a lot of things in terms of stuff that will be announced at Blizzcon and such and such. This does actually concern Blizzcon. So, Blizzard work on a lot of games in the background at the moment. They want to try and ramp up the amount of games they put out, because obviously the last IP was Overwatch, and before Overwatch, well over a decade before new IP was even there. So, they want to ramp up, considering how the gaming market changes so much at the moment. You know, we've got Battle Royale very dominant at the moment. Blizzard has nothing in that whatsoever. I mean, Activision has the Battle Royale in, say, Black Ops, but we don't really count that. They don't have a, say, household Battle Royale name, like, say, Fortnite or PUBG or Apex Legends. So, Blizzard are moving to try and gain back a bit of player base from those games. Now, they've been working on a few things, and one of these things has apparently been a StarCraft first-person shooter. They've been working on this for a couple of years, apparently. And it's an idea. It's an idea. I mean, the only FPS they've got right now is Overwatch. So, it could work, but they have cancelled this. And this article from Jason has indicated why. So, it says, Blizzard has cancelled a StarCraft first-person shooter that has been in development for the past 2 years, according to 3 people familiar with the goings-on at the studio. The main reason, Blizzard told staff, was to put more resources into the Diablo and Overwatch franchises. Interesting. The project, which was codenamed Ares, was described to me as like Battlefield in the StarCraft universe by one of those people, all of whom spoke anonymously because they were not authorized to talk about the project. The team had built prototypes in which a player, as a Terran Marine, could gun down Zerg aliens, and there were plans to experiment with a playable Zerg as well. Blah 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 blah, that's StarCraft jargon. Although one person who saw the build of the game last year told me that it seemed like development progress was slow, and a second said it came as a massive shock when Blizzard cancelled it a couple of weeks ago. A third person said it was looking quite good, so from what they are saying, this StarCraft project was pretty far down in development. So, the problem is it just wouldn't fit into the market, I don't think. I think that's what Blizzard are going to say here. So, nobody was laid off though, which is brilliant. Good job, Blizz. According to 2 staff, Blizzard told the team that the Ares was getting axed alongside a second unannounced mobile project. We don't know anything about that. So that the company could move many of them to the upcoming Diablo 4, which has been rumoured for a long time, and Overwatch 2. So, interesting. Both of which are expected to be Blizzard's marquee announcements at this year's BlizzCon. Anything can change at BlizzCon though, so let's not go to, let's take it with a pinch of salt. Both of those games will be key parts of Blizzard's strategy in the years to come. According to Kotaku, reported extensively on Diablo 4, codenamed Fenris, and what we've heard about Overwatch 2 is that it'll have a large PvE element. A couple of Blizzard people have compared it to Left 4 Dead. Okay. So, lore. I mean, that's kind of what that says, isn't it? But I have big problems with this. Big problems. So, it depends where it goes. If it really is heavily lore-based, then, and it's say, a single-person story-based game, then it doesn't detract too much from Overwatch, the Overwatch we've got now. The question is, if it was just a PvE story for Overwatch, then why couldn't you just say, like Fortnite do, Sorry to go to Fortnite. Fortnite has an option when you load up the Fortnite engine, right? You can go to Save the World, or you can go to Battle Royale, or you can go to Creative. Why wouldn't Overwatch do that? Why couldn't you select Overwatch in the Blizzard launcher, Battle.net, then you get to a screen before you log in, as you do now, and then you get to a screen which gives you, say, Overwatch Archives, because that could be a name for this PvE thing, or Overwatch, I don't know, just Overwatch. Why wouldn't you have that? In that case, it would be built into the original game, and it wouldn't technically be Overwatch 2. Again, that's kind of a placeholder that Kotaku were talking about right here. We don't know what this will take, what form this could take. Now, there is obviously the other option that it is a Overwatch 2.0. It's a new Overwatch. It's a remade Overwatch. That would be suicidal. Liz? I honestly think that would be the worst thing you could do. Yes, we want to see a lot of changes to Overwatch. We want to see an overhauled ranks system. We want countless stuff, guilds, stuff like that. But don't just say, sorry, we love this game we created, Overwatch. We brought it out in, well, alpha was in 2015, beta was in late 2015, it released in 2016. We're now going to throw it under the bus 3 years later, and we're going to give you Overwatch 2. No. No. That would not be the thing to do. You kill the original game. So, why would you kill the original game? The original game is fantastic. With some problems that could be sorted with patches, not a rebirth. So, there is another possibility. That it's not a new game entirely. It's just an expansion. Which is what I want to see. Big time. This, in my opinion, would take like a form of, say, like we've had World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth. It would be that. It would be a major expansion to the game. Whether that would bring a story mode, whether that would bring... certainly bring new content. Perhaps it would be like 10 new heroes all at once, although I don't see that happening. Also, the devs keep putting off heroes. We've seen Sojourn. She is rumoured to be a hero. Junker Queen, rumoured to be in development. Also oh god, what was her name? The character in the McCree short. Oh my god, my brain is just frozen. Anyway, she's definitely in development. So there's a lot of heroes in development for the base Overwatch game, which makes me think, why on earth would they kill base Overwatch to increment it and bring Overwatch 2 out? That doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. Also, from an entirely different perspective, Overwatch League. Overwatch League will not want an Overwatch 2. That would be a massive own goal. It takes your player base away from Overwatch, which is where these top pro players are found. Ladder, Overwatch, at the end of the day. It takes them away from that, puts them in Overwatch 2. It then renders the Overwatch League tab in the base Overwatch game useless. And you would get very little in terms of skin sales from that. And it has a negative effect on the league. And the league is one of the biggest things Blizzard's pushing now in its entire organisation. Why would it have a detrimental effect on that? A massive expansion, however, to the base game would bring back players. And I think that is a few things that... one of the things that some people have wanted. The people that are sitting on the fence that have not bought an Overwatch League spot but are interested in it. I think a few people have wanted the player base to increase so that more people are exposed to the Overwatch League tab that's in the game, more people are going to buy skins, more revenue for teams. So, a big expansion would bring people back to the game, therefore it would possibly increase viewership numbers for the Overwatch League and sales for the Overwatch League, which is a major thing when you think of it in a business sense. Overwatch is not a bad game. Far from it. It's just in a bad place. Overwatch is resurrectable, but it doesn't need a remake. That's for sure. We don't need Overwatch Classic. We don't need Overwatch 2. We just need Overwatch Extra. That's what we need. We need lore. We need PvE, story mode. We need a competitive overhaul. We need guilds. And another thing that would reason to me that they're not creating an entirely new Overwatch game that's an FPS is the fact that you look at the stuff that's coming this year. Yes, we've had a underwhelming Archives event, but we have just got the workshop, which has offered a massive boost to the game. Massive boost in creativity, in play. It's crazy. We are also now getting the replay system, which some people will be cynical and say, it's just for people who want to watch the pros and see what they do. It's not. If you wanted to create, say, an Overwatch movie, a homemade Overwatch movie and put it up on YouTube, you can do that with a replay system. It's amazing, and there's more stuff to come. Also, a while back, Jeff did an interview with Stylosa, Unit Lost Gaming, and he said, or he hinted, that the second half of this year will not go quite as normal in terms of event times. We're also on the cusp of a new hero. June, July is when we normally get another hero. So we are in an interesting time. I think this is going to be the biggest year in Overwatch's history since launch. I think we are finally seeing it get over a bump. I think the devs made mistakes last year. They learnt from their mistakes, I think. We are now starting to see some of these systems that have been in development for years finally coming to the game. Why would they then kick it under a bus and say, bye, we don't want you anymore? It doesn't make sense. And it would be the biggest own goal from a game developer, in my opinion. So I think we take this article with a pinch of salt. But it might be Overwatch 2, but it might be an entirely different sort of game. It might be, I don't know, a top-down strategy game or something. It might be something crazy. It might be, I don't know, an Overwatch card sort of thing like Hearthstone for Overwatch. It might be something crazy like that, which would put it in a completely different category. And so wouldn't clash too much with the actual game itself. We have always known Blizzard wanted to expand on the Overwatch universe and the Overwatch IP. And I just hope they do it in the correct manner. Because if they don't, they're at risk of completely killing the game that is on the edge, or was on the edge, but has had a resurgence in the past month or so. And I hope that Blizzard make the right choices so that the game can continue going, hopefully, back to what it was a couple of years ago. But I'm going to leave it here. Overwatch 2, take it with a pinch of salt, because Blizzard can change their minds, and we never quite know exactly what we're going to get at BlizzCon. So it's going to be an interesting couple of months for Overwatch, and we'll keep an eye on it. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next video. See you then.